Wow, I love the animation there. Good morning. Okay, I hope you are all enjoying this year's UX Lighthouse. For us as a brand, Logitech, for me personally, I'm really excited about this. This is the first time we are participating in a UX design event, and so far it has been really, really exciting. So what I'm going to do in the next 30 minutes is talk about how product design and innovation in Logitech is helping the design community excel, and what we call as create at the speed of thought. That's the theme of today's presentation. So to begin with, I want you to think. I want you to think about a moment in time, in the last few weeks, maybe a few months, when you were creating something with a lot of passion, something that you really liked. You were in front of your screen, your laptop, your workstation, your desktop, and you were really creating something with a lot of passion, something you really liked. What was the context? What were your thoughts? What were you thinking? What was the project like? What I can imagine, you were completely immersed in what you were doing. Things were coming out of you, and you were really focused. And the most important thing is that you were losing the track of time. So in positive psychology, there is this term which is called flow. And flow is exactly like that. It is the moment in time when you are completely immersed in doing something. You like it so much. The project or the creation that you're creating is really, really captivating, and things are coming out of you, and you lose track of time because you're loving what you're creating. And interestingly, the researcher, Mihail, who was the creator or someone who founded the concept of flow, he was trying to find out happiness. He was trying to find out what makes people happy. What makes people happy, and he ended up, finding the concept of flow. And good thing is that it happens when we work, and we work a lot, all of us, and we at Logitech want you to experience these flow moments using our products and solutions. So that's all about flow. I've been working with the tech industry for the last 20 years, and with Logitech for the last more than 5 years now, and I've been loving every moment of it. And there are a few reasons why I love working for Logitech. The first reason is Logitech globally has been known as a design and innovation company. By the way, we are from Switzerland. We are a Swiss company, in case you didn't know. And when you talk about design, it's not about design like a last layer of the paint on a product. We take design very, very seriously. And we look at design thinking. We look at the user. We look at the requirements of the user, and we create solutions around the user. And that's what really keeps me motivated and excited to come to office every day and work on solutions and products which really solve people's needs. And a lot of you sitting in the room are our users. So please do come to our booth tomorrow. We'd love to have feedback from you. Please let us know where we are going wrong, what is great about our products, what is not, and please do experience our products. So that's about design and innovation. Secondly, it's very important to me personally. I really love what Logitech does for sustainability. And we create a lot of products, we make these products, and we ship out globally to a lot of customers. We almost ship 3 million products a week, and they end up with users like you, and then after a few years, they end up in e-waste. And personally, I want to ensure that I leave the planet in a good shape for my children. So Logitech has been a driver on sustainability over the years. We started with getting rid of plastic in all our packaging, and even the packaging that you see is FSC certified and responsible sourcing. Even the aluminum that we use in all of our keyboards and products is because aluminum requires a lot of energy to make, and we are only working with the vendors who are, making aluminum from renewable sources. So sustainability is at the key at what we do at Logitech, along with design and innovation. There's a third reason why I love working with Logitech, and that is because of these devices that you see. I'm sure a lot of you have used these devices. We're proud of making these devices for you. And these are the devices between you and the screen. So if you think about it, And if you use a keyboard or a mouse, and specifically a mouse when you're working, that is a product that you touch the most for the rest of your life. You go to your office, you're creating something on a mouse and a keyboard, and mice is used the most for creating something. And you end up touching the product, mouse, the most for the rest of your life. And the only other thing or product I can think about beyond a mouse is a mobile phone. You keep touching a lot. If you're like me, you touch your mobile phone gazillion times in a day. But beyond that, it's the mice and the keyboard. And we're really proud of every product that we make here. And there's a lot of design, innovation, and I get to work with these products every day and create these amazing products for you. So that's one of the reasons I love working for this brand and for all the products that we create. And at Logitech, we are at a mission, specifically for the MX brand of products. And the mission is we want to give you the tools, all the creators, we want to give you the tools to create. It's your art, it's your creativity, your design, and we want to empower you with these tools that we create. And that's our mission as a brand, Logitech. So I'm going to play a 1-minute video, and it actually talks about our mission as a brand, as a Logitech. So yeah, that's the video.
Code and creativity have never been more valued than today. Digital content is fueling the global economy. At MX, we believe in human potential and creativity, and our mission is to empower software developers and creative professionals to envision and develop, imagine and create, share and communicate. MX is the link between you and the digital world. Our solutions are designed to help you create at the speed of thought, stay in the flow, be inspired by your workspace, and communicate effectively. The way you create changes rapidly, and we are constantly on the journey to define new experiences to address your evolving needs. The future of MX is an ecosystem that integrates hardware and software solutions to enhance your creative potential. We want MX to be the trusted partner for both seasoned professionals, opinion leaders, and young talents. A friend and a coach for girls and boys who dream about a career in computer science and design. We learn from you, get inspired by your successes, and are motivated by our common goal of moving the world forward and making it a better place.
Okay. So coming back to the topic of creating at the speed of thought, So every time we speak to users like you, a lot of developers and users, and they tell us that, I want things to come from my head straight away to the screen, And that's the idea of creating at the speed of thought, It's you and the screen. And between you and the screen are your thoughts, your emotions, your art, your projects, whatever. And all of that flows from your brain to where? To your fingers, right? And then you touch devices that you use to create these amazing projects that you create. And we get a chance to be there, with these MX products. And we want to ensure that we make that transition between the flow from your brain to the screen as fluid and as frictionless as possible. That's our mission, create the transition from thoughts from your brain to the screen as fast as possible. But actually, the best devices are the ones which disappear. In an ideal scenario, it has to be you. In the long term, we want that it has to be you and your creation. That's it, nothing in between. And that is the kind of devices we want to make for the creators. Now, to actually do that, to make a device disappear, it has to be something which becomes what we call as an extension of your hand. And the device will disappear, and you're just creating in a flow, and all your thoughts and emotions and your projects are flowing from your hand seamlessly. There is no friction, and you're creating because your product has become an extension of your hand. So to do that, I'm going to talk about what exactly we are doing in the background to create such products, to ensure to live with the promise of creating the products which are an extension of your hands. So the first thing is to design the product for comfort. And comfort is the most important thing that we design with. It's like wearing a running shoe. If you're running and you keep feeling the shoe, you're not going to enjoy the running, right? You keep thinking about the shoe, and you're not thinking about the running because the shoe is not a good fit. Now imagine the shoe is a good fit and you're running, And then you enjoy running so much that you forget that you're wearing a shoe. It becomes a part of your body, you know. And that's exactly what we think when we are looking at creating these products, which are the best fit, and they're designed for comfort, you know. So we want to develop the products which are good for the comfort, they feel good, they look good, you know, and they perform good. So that's one. Secondly, it has to be at speed and precision, because you're using the mouse all the time, and you're moving it all the time, and you know, you want to ensure that the mouse reacts to exactly what you want to create. It stops where it wants to stop. You want to move it fast. You are using big screen, small screen. It has to react exactly the way you want it to. And that's where we have to design with speed and precision. So I'm going to take you on a quick ride on what are the things we do to live up to this promise and create these devices which are the extension of your hand. So as I said, the first thing we do is design for comfort, and comfort comes first. You know? So if you're a 3D designer, which a lot of you are, you would say, wow, it's very easy. I just create a 3D design on a software and do 3D printing, right? And there you go. It has a best-looking mouse in front of you. Well, we have tried that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it looks very good to the eye, but when you try and touch it, it doesn't feel good in your hand, okay? So then what do you do? Well, you go back to the basics. You sculpt, you know, and that's exactly what we do. The design team at Logitech, we sculpt these devices from bare bone, so from materials like wood, clay, and we sculpt these devices with different shapes. So these are the different shapes for the MX Master 3 mouse. I don't know, some of you might have used this product. And we ensure that we create different shapes and sizes with this mouse. But the next step is to test it with the users. You know, and we need to test it with a lot of different users. So we do this box test. You know, there's this box, and since it's a user test, it doesn't have to be very, you know, very good looking. It's just this box, and the user will test the shape of the mouse inside this box. Now they don't see the product. We just not allow them to see the product. They're just supposed to feel the product and give us feedback, how it feels. So some user will say it is, you know, too wide in the front, you know, too sharp in the back, you know, all that stuff, and we take the feedback. Then we test with small hands, we test with large hands, male, female, left, right, and we come with a lot of iterations out of these products, you know. So we test the shape with the box test, come with a lot of iterations, and then we do a visual shopping experience to the same test audience, you know. And they have not seen the product, and we show them a lot of prototypes on the screen. We know which one they have tested, but they do not know. And they select these products from a visual shopping experience. So what happens is they will select a lot of products out of what they see, and obviously they've tested with a lot of products what they feel. And then in the end, we might come up with a result where we'll say the option A looks good on shape, option B looks good to the eye. And then we do multiple iterations till we find a product which looks good to the eye and in the hand. And that's how we select the shape of the product. And that's how we do our user testing when we're designing a product like a mice. Okay? So we spoke about the shape. What next? Well, movement. This is the most important thing in a mouse. You know, you need to move this exactly where you want to move, and it has to move with precision and speed. And that's where the Teflon feet come in. We have Teflon coating on the mouse so that it can move with very, very fast precision. And we have increased the DPI on the mouse, so you have a lot of big screens these days with high DPI, and you want to work on these DPI, and we have increased the DPI on the mouse to now almost 8,000 DPI, so it will correspond to the movement on the screen. And then there is this something called a dark field sensor. Well, dark field sensor is a very advanced technology that we have created. You know, it gives an ability to mouse to work on glass. Now, working on a glass is very difficult, by the way. You cannot track on glass, but we have managed to do that. But you know what? The technology is not important. What is important is the freedom to the user when they know that the mouse is going to work on any surface. You know? So if it works on glass, it will work on any surface. It will work on marble, it will work on your, wherever you're sitting, any surface. The glass is the most tough surface, so the user knows, well, it is going to work on glass. So you can focus on the flow. You can focus on your work. You don't have to worry where the mouse is lying. And that is what the most important thing that we want to create using the movement of this product. So that is movement. So we talked about the shape. We talked about the movement. What next? So the next is clicking. And this is a very simple thing, right? Mouse has to click, and it is a basic thing in any mouse. So the amount of pressure you apply on the switch, and the actuation you get, and you have this click ratio you get, and that's as basic as it can, right? And we thought, what can we innovate here? How can we go much beyond just a normal clicking? So we said, let's make it silent. Let's ensure that you still feel the click of the mice, but you don't hear a sound. And it took us 3 years to develop this technology, and we came up with this wonderful clicking technology where you click the mouse, you feel the tactile feel, just like you feel in every mice, but you don't hear anything. And we started giving these prototypes to a lot of users like you, and they came back to us, and they're saying, we're not going to give you this product back. They're loving it. So that's when we knew that we had something really good in the making. Now, these are the solutions, or these are the kind of features you don't know you need them till the time you use it. Once you use it, you don't want to go back to the original mice or the technology you are using. So, and it's also very good for your flow. When you're working, and you don't want to be distracted by the click sound. And imagine you're working in an office, and a lot of people are clicking and typing, and there's so much noise, and it's not good for anyone's flow. So that is the technology we came up with, and we are really proud of this. And that's there in most of our MX series products, completely silent, good for the flow, and really, really good for everyone around you. What's next? Scrolling. Well, we are really proud of this one. This is one of the best innovations Logitech has done in their MX series mice. So what you see is a scroll wheel, a lot of wires, and magnets inside the scroll wheel. Now, what exactly it does is that when you're scrolling the mouse slowly, we detect that you are trying to scroll just one single line at a time, and you detect, and you actually feel that tactile feel of each and every line when you're scrolling, because the magnets are on. And the moment you try and increase the speed of the scrolling, we detect that you're trying to do that, and we turn off the magnet. So it goes in a free flow, spin. And it actually scrolls 1,000 lines in a second, 1,000 lines. So if you're on Excel, you are on 0 and you scroll it, it will scroll 1,000 lines in a second. And that has been phenomenal. People are loving it because it gives the ability to the mouse to go exactly where you want to go and stop. And you stop it, it will exactly stop there. So as I said, the flow, the speed, the precision, scrolling, clicking, all of that make this product one of the best that we've ever done. The last one that we came up with was typing. Again, typing is so basic. You type on keyboards, and then we came up with the mechanical keyboard technology. And we realized that there are a lot of gamers who do a lot of gaming in their college days and school days, and then most of the coders and designers are gamers also. And they love this feel of these mechanical keyboards all their lives. And when they come to office, they sit in front of their MacBooks and Macs and PCs, and they don't like what they see in front of them. They just get bored of that. So, and then they cannot bring a gaming keyboard in the office because it's RGB, it's fancy looking, and it doesn't fit there. So we decided to create a product, which is the MX Mechanical, and which actually fits in your office, and it is a mechanical keyboard, and it is one of the best keyboards we ever designed. In case you have not seen it, not experienced it, please do visit our booth tomorrow, and you can see and feel these products live tomorrow. So that is the keyboard technology that we have, the clicking technology, the scrolling, the speed, the shape. And once everything comes in place, this is what you get. So there's a video I'm going to play. That was all about the extension of the hand, the hardware part of it. Okay? And I showed you all that we do in terms of how to make a product extension of your hand, which is the hardware part. Then we said, let's do something with the software, and amplify the abilities of, because just the hardware is not enough. And if you are able to, enhance your capabilities using software along with the hardware, and that's when the hardware meets the software, we can, the boundaries are limitless. And we decided to, ensure that we have this ability to amplify our abilities using our software. So in order to do that, okay, we need to do two things. One is optimize your apps, the existing apps that you are already using. How do I optimize that with the hardware to ensure that you get a seamless experience of hardware and software when you are, on your projects or whatever you guys are using. Okay? And we decided to come up with a product, which is the state of art. So if you look at, all of these buttons on a mouse and a keyboard. Okay, so all these buttons, you have these extra buttons on a lot of mice that we make and a lot of keyboards, which can be customized. So every button will trigger an action. Okay, and the scroll wheels over there will trigger analog values. So analog values are volume up and down. You have brightness increase or decrease, zoom in and out, and all of that can be programmed. And we decided that let's empower people to customize exactly what they want to do. We cannot have a one-size-fits-all, and we wanted to give the user the ability to customize this mouse and keyboard the way they want it. And we decided to design a software for it. So once you connect these products, and you can customize this, it's called Options Plus. I don't know whether you guys have used it. And we launched it with a lot of fanfare, and something strange happened. We said, okay, users are going to love it because they love our hardware. They're going to love the software you're going to make, and it's going to be a hit. And something strange happened. No one used it. Very few people used it, actually. Just 7% of users used it. And we said, wow, what went wrong here? We had a state-of-art product which was giving the users the ability to customize every button on the mouse and the keyboard, and nobody's using it. Well, it turns out that people didn't have time to customize. People said, I'm not going to spend an hour customizing a keyboard and a mouse. And there are 7% of people who did that, but 93% of people chose not to customize it. So we said, okay, we learned our lessons. We took the analytics from the 7% and created ready-made profiles. People don't have to do anything. Just install the profiles with the software that we have and let the hardware do the magic. So what happens now is, this is when you are in Photoshop, and there's this MX Master 3S mouse. As you can see, the brush size, to increase or decrease, is controlled by the horizontal scroll wheel. So you go up and down, and it will increase or decrease the size of the brush. And the two buttons over there will work as undo and redo. Okay, so it's very easy to remember. Brush size increase, you create something, you don't like it, just click undo. Create again, maybe you want to go back, you click redo. So it's all muscle memory. As I said, once the user keep using the product, they remember it, and they keep doing it again and again. It becomes a muscle memory. Now, suddenly, from Photoshop, you switch to Premiere Pro. Yeah, Premiere Pro, you all know the timeline is the most important thing. You need to navigate on the timeline. So the same button will be able to help you navigate from left to right. Go ahead a point on the timeline, edit something, and look what happens to the other two buttons. Again, redo and undo. So the user does not have to remember it. It's just, again, muscle memory. You keep switching between the apps, and you just don't have to remember or change anything. Because we didn't want to change a lot of things, because the user will get confused. So whether you are on Photoshop, whether you're on Premiere, Illustrator, all of these settings will remain the same, except for a few subtle changes which the user remembers it as a muscle memory. So if you are on Zoom, okay, same. The volume is controlled by the horizontal wheel, and the two buttons becomes mute and video on and off. I've seen people having cold and they're sneezing, they just press mute and they sneeze, and nobody is able to realize. That's fast, that intuitive, and extremely, extremely useful. And people are loving it now because they don't have to do anything. And the hardware detects the software you are into. It just customizes on its own and helps the user do the magic. So that is great, and it's really worked for us. And if you are a part of 7%, please go ahead and customize on your own. You're free to do that. And there are a lot of pro users who customize, no, I don't want the settings, I will do it on my own. And they are able to do that. Okay? So what happens next? So we have optimized all your apps. Okay, we have ensured that we have the best hardware. We have optimized the app using these options plus and the ready-made settings that we have. We decided to remove some steps. And when I say, what do you mean by removing steps? And I said, do we have we can create an ecosystem, or we can create a software which helps the user remove unnecessary steps. So we all have these repetitive actions that we do every day. And how about we can create a macro ecosystem which helps you to just on a single click optimize all your repetitive tasks. You don't have to keep clicking on different things to do it. So I'm going to show you an example how to do it. So here's the example of a morning setup. All of us have this morning setup when we go to office, open our laptops, and then click our favorite apps. You open Photoshop, you have Illustrator, you have Spotify, and you have to do tick, 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 multiple clicks. But how about I just make one click and it opens all of that up? Saving of your time, energy, and it again is able to do a lot of other things. Well, we also learned from the mistake of Options Plus, and we said we're not going to allow the users only to create on their own. We create some recipes or something like a template where you can just download, which are available to download. Rest, in case you want to customize on your own, you can do that. So this is one of the templates that we have found out. The second one is a meeting helper. Okay, I need to rush. So sorry, quickly I'll finish that. So someone is a meeting helper, so it helps you to quickly open Zoom and mute your mic and your camera. And finally, you have something like a screen brightness. So you have Adobe Color, and you don't have to even press a button. You just every time Adobe Color opens up, it will turn the screen to full brightness and bring it back. So that is the full power of Options Plus, which can be customized using smart actions. So please do try it. So I had a video which I'll skip because in the interest of time, I would like to connect with people on the booth. And I'm going to quickly finish with the future of creation. And this is something that's very close to us and something very exciting coming up from Logitech. So what we've seen is a lot of content gets created. 2D content gets created on a 2D screen. 3D content gets created on a 2D screen. And the future is obviously getting 3D content getting created on the 3D environment, which is wearing glasses and creating content for metaverse. So how can we get a product which fluidly transforms between a 3D content from 2D to 3D to 3D, and that's when we have something called as an MX Ink. It's a pen-shaped product. It has a form factor of a pen, which is very intuitive, and it helps you to edit and create content on the metaverse straight away inside the 3D environment. I'm going to play this video and then end the presentation. So yeah, just a quick video.
Since the dawn of time, humans have had all sorts of ideas in their heads, and they've used all sorts of tools to get those ideas out. No tool ever seemed good enough, and so they kept making new ones to make real precisely what they had dreamed up.
We're stepping up and we're stepping out. We're turning up and we're living loud. Yeah, we're gonna we take what we want, so give it to us like, give it to us like, ooh, what you got? 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 Show me how you move it. Do it like this. You show me how you move it. Oh, groove it like this. Show me how you move it. Show me like this. Show me how you groove it. Show me like this.
Okay, so that was it. This is MX Ink. We launched it globally. Very soon we'll be launching it in India. And if you feel that you have usage of this, you feel, please connect with us and we'll be happy to help you on that. So quickly, I spoke to you about hardware, the extension of your hand. When it meets your software, amplify your abilities by customizing your flow and with precision, optimize your apps and removing steps. So I hope you found this session useful, and I hope you have more flow moments in your life using our products. Thank you so much.